Hi everyone, welcome to Soulrise Gaming, and today we're going through the top 10 must-know tips for 2020. And if you're new to this channel, don't forget to like and subscribe for this video, as I release Tap Titan 2 videos weekly, so make sure you're up to date on all the goodness. Tip number 1. Look in your settings. Settings can be found in the top left screen on the gear icon. Now in your options, there's several cool features I recommend you look at first before you do anything. First thing would be is to turn on your scientific notation. The majority of the community use scientific notation for guides, tutorials, and general conversation in Discord, Reddit and other forums, so it would be beneficial to get to use it. It is quite simple. The way it works is that E15, as shown on the screen, just means that there's 15 zeros after E. So for example, if your damage has E04, it means there's 4 zeros after the numeric number. And in this case, it's E15, so there's 15 zeros. So it's a much simpler way to understand the damage and damage outputs for all your stats and figures. And as I said, the majority of the community use this, so it's good to talk in the same lingo. Then you have your power saving options, and I would recommend to turn all these off. You can still play the game very well, the graphics are still top notch. It just means that you'll save your battery power so you can play longer, and if you're using an older model phone, it will save it from heating, and again you can play longer games. The only ones I would recommend to leave is the raid details, because raid damage and stats is very useful, so maybe keep them on, but I personally turn them all off. Also, you have a stage transition. This locks after you beat stage 500, and what this simply means is that when you reach a certain amount of stages, there's an animation screen that transitions the background scene to another background scene. Now as you start going through the stages quickly, this happens quite often, which can interfere with your gameplay. So to help with this, you can switch stage transition on in the options if it doesn't do it by default, and it just prevents it from interrupting your game. Then you have prestige upgrade heroes. Now you can buy this in the shop for $23.99 or whatever your local currency is, or after reaching stage 10k and above. What this means is that when you prestige, your heroes will auto upgrade, which means it saves you time having to level them all up and clicking through all the heroes. Fairy ads, which you can switch on or off. This would be recommended to leave switched on if you are using a fairy build, so that is a must. And you can skip ads by spending over $48.99, and if you do, it means that you don't have to watch the adverts. Again, if you're using a fairy build, if you switch it on, it just makes the income a lot quicker. Regarding the two incomes of the upgrade heroes of $23.99 and the skippable fairy ads of $48.99, this is incremental, not all at once. So you don't have to spend those amounts all in one go. You could build them up over time. So you can spend £5, £10 here and there. As long as it reaches those amounts, that's when they become unlocked and available for you. Tip number 2. The shop. There's lots of free diamonds and some do's and don'ts to do in the shop. So the first thing is link your Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, and Instagram and Discord for 125 free diamonds. It's a great source of income which is free and doesn't take a long time to do. Now you should never buy equipment. The reason why you should never buy equipment is mainly because it's very expensive, and say 800 diamonds at the beginning of the game is quite a lot of money. You can better use these diamonds for buying things like pets or chests if they're on offer. And also with buying equipment, you find you do level up quickly. So the equipment you bought could end up being weaker within a couple of days or a week after buying it. And sometimes you get good drops. You might get a legendary drop or even rare mythic drop. So buying the item in the shop will then come redundant immediately. So it is a waste of money. So don't bother buying equipment. Never buy a chest unless it's on offer or of any 2-time bonus. And if you do buy it in a tournament, and only if it helps to get you first place win. And what I mean by this is that chests, again, are expensive. And the amount you can get from chest, you're better off spending those diamonds on buying pets, because pets are permanent boosts, while a chest will be a sudden boost. Again, I would recommend you use the diamonds on buying loads of pets, because you can get a lot more pet levels buying them individually than you would get from a chest. You've probably noticed in a lot of my videos and a lot of my comments, I always say buy pets, pets, pets. The reason being, as I mentioned before, they are permanent boosts and then help your overall potential growth. So when I say buy pets, the ones you should be aiming for first will be an all damage, all gold, fluffers, and then kit, or any others that go towards your build. But those are the 4 main ones you should buy first, especially if you're thinking about in future a high mana regen build, for example Heavenly Strike or Shadow Clone, then fluffers is a must. You need high level fluffers to achieve that. So it's best to start buying now. Trust me, you'll thank me in the long run. Tip number 3. Achievements. There are 3 achievements: daily, milestones, and progression. Now, all a great source of diamonds. Daily achievements is the most important, as it provides tickets that are needed to start raids. Now, most clans have a rule of ticket gathering per week, so you may get kicked if you don't follow it. So it is worth checking the daily. Plus you do get your 5 diamonds per daily achievements. Again, that's a good source of income for quite easy tasks to complete. Now the milestones and progressions are worth saving for tournaments, so then collecting them during the tournament for extra diamonds to buy chest or pets. As I mentioned before, I'll go for more pets, pets, pets. So if you have reached milestones but you haven't collected them, you can find that you do stack them. So again, I'll save all those diamonds for a tournament. Tip number 4. Banking. Now banking is a way to save several sources before tournament to help increase your chances of winning. You can bank diamonds, relics and shards before tournament starts, which doesn't go towards your potential growth, and the general rule would be to level up your books or shadows in between tournaments. Then just before tournament, save a few run of relics, bank your diamonds and your shards, then during the tournament use all these resources to boost your power. So diamonds buying pets, shards buying mythic items, and if you're fortunate enough to complete a set during the tournament, even better, and relics to buy new artifacts or level your build boosting artifacts for help for the win. I do have a separate video on tournaments guide. I'll put a link to that on the top right of this video, so feel free to click on that at the end of the video. Tip 5. Books of Shadows. Now I bring this up again and again in most videos and in Discord and other comment sections, and the reason I bring this up because it is the most important item of the game. Now this artifact is guaranteed by your 30th artifact owned. The sooner you get this, the better, and when you do, you should prioritize leveling this artifact. The rule of thumb is normally 80% versus your lifetime relics amount. Now what we mean by lifetime relics amount is that if you click on the artifact, as I've circled on the screen for you, it shows the percentage of lifetime relics. At the moment this one says there's 28.28%. So just put all your relics into it to it's around about 80. That's a good medium, and then during a tournament you can then switch to leveling up or buying new artifacts, and then going back to leveling up your books of shadows outside of tournaments. Tip 6. Updates and special events. Now Game Hive tends to send out updates and themed events quite regularly at the moment, usually once a month. There's always a high chance something will be on offer for these events or updates: bonus chest, bundles, special event items, and also sometimes the reset cost of the skill tree is reduced. Now I'd always recommend to save diamonds before an update to help increase the odds of getting something good during the limited event. Also, if you're thinking of changing your build and an update is due soon, wait for the update because it may have a discounted reset that will save you lots of diamonds. Tip 7. Salvaging. Now I had a mixed feedback whether or not you should or should not salvage an artifact for hopes of a better one. Now in my opinion, I would never salvage any artifacts. Reason being is that the relics you get back is the same cost, and you need to spend the same amount to get it back again eventually. As you need all 95 artifacts before you can start enchanting them, it's better getting all 95 artifacts sooner than later, in my opinion. And even if you do get bad artifacts, it does give you an increase in power of gold. Even the lower tier ones help. Even though it's still little, it still helps in some way. Also, the cost of diamonds to salvage could be better spent on pets. They're quite expensive, 2,000 diamonds to salvage an artifact on whether or not you may or may not get a better artifact is a waste of diamonds in my eyes. Tip 8. Banking equipment. Now I've seen players not collect dropped equipment and stockpiling them, or collect equipment and keep them. Now you have a limit of 100 equipment slots. If you don't sell your old equipment, then your lowest or oldest equipment gets deleted and replaced with a new drop if you're at the max 100 equipment level. I would always recommend to sell any duplicate or very low equipment items and use those extra diamonds to buy more pets for more growth potential. Also, banking equipment is not wise either. Not collecting equipment drops means you're missing out on your daily achievements and not collecting tickets to help your clan. There's no benefit of banking equipment. Stop doing it. Don't be that guy. Tip 9. Pet quests. This is a new addition that was added in update 3.5. The aim of pet quests is to send your pets, or it's called dispatched, them to a set time period to enable rewards. This could be a boost of power, gold, or other status effect for a certain time period. Now the time period is usually a small amount of time, between 20 and 40 minutes, so it's often wise to get all your boosts ready, so you dispatch them all so they're all collected, and then when you're in the tournament, use them after you've reached your max stage or pushed as far as you possibly can, then switch them on, so you've got that limited time period to push that a little bit extra further, but hopefully get you a better position in the tournament. Now I will be doing a separate video of this soon in much more details about pet quests, so click and subscribe and hit that bell notification to keep updated when this video drops. Tip number 10. Guides and optimizers. If you're ever stuck, use a guide. There's tons of useful guides and support for this game. It has a wonderful community, very nice people. Tap Titan's Compendium is probably the best known and used most by far. I'll put a link to the Compendium in the description below, and also show you support and thanks for all the wonderful people that have made it. So check them out and show support, and if you've got any questions you can message them in Discord or leave a comment below. Also you can join my Discord or Tap Titan 2 Discord. I'll put all the links below. There's plenty of support and friendly people out there. Now I hope this guide has been helpful. If you have enjoyed it or if this helped you in any way, like and subscribe. I do also stream every Wednesdays and Sundays on YouTube and Twitch, so feel free to follow me so you know when I go live, and I'll do live Q&As if you've got any questions and just hang out on some fun. Well, I hope you have a great day and I'll see you all soon. Take care. Bye.